Your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. Beyond the watch, there are ways out. There is a light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Beyond the watch, the gods will offer you chances. Know them. Take them. He can't beat death, but he can beat death in life, sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
Welcome to the Thinking Man's Templar, place where we say one red pill life far ways, a billion blue pill lives. Soldiers can come up from the war, remove their armor, drop their swords, and have conversations with like-minded men. And indeed, gentlemen, my Patreon brothers, I'm at your service once again. Early morning, about to wrap my day, get back to California. Wednesday, I'm heading out to Medellin, Colombia, with a couple of my brothers, continuing this SYSBM lifestyle. Once again, it's about action and results. Making the moves, taking the journeys, building with your brothers. That's the whole point of this thing, man. And I look forward to this trip, really looking forward to it. Most of the time, you know, out here, I'm just mostly just bored, man. I'm working, saving, ain't much to really do other than go, you know, I've been all over the country as a truck driver, and I still feel like, man, I done seen it all, man. I really don't want no parts of this shit socially, so off I go on another expedition. Next will probably be Brazil, then I might head back to Southeast Asia, probably the Philippines, for an extended trip, man, later this year, God willing, man. So, today I wanted to talk about the callousness of the modern woman. A lot of you men are starting to come to the reality that your woman, in quotes of course, is not who she's been taught to you to be. And a lot of you have felt the callousness, the coldness, sometimes even a pure contempt and hatred of you. When you see these women at their women's marches, their abortion numbers, the things they say, the things they do. And a lot of you men are starting to come to the conclusion that there's something not right. A lot of you men have been in situations where you were dealing with women and they were taking your kids from you, just mistreatment. And there was a point when you were dealing with this woman and you thought the world of her, and you thought she thought the world of you, and everything was beautiful. And then towards the end, you saw a totally different person. Someone with no care about your well-being, almost as if you disappeared off the face of the earth. They wouldn't care for you. And in some cases, for the more unfortunate men, these were the women that you had children with. These are women you married. These are women you shared homes with, money. And then come to find out, you realize this woman cares nothing about you. These women were cheating on you, whatever the case may be, leaving at the drop of a hat, taking your children. And a lot of you men are coming to this reality that you are all you got, man. We are all we got, especially as brothers. We all we got, man. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you understand that, the better life can be for you. The more that you learn that you have to take pride in acknowledging your brothers when you see them, eye contact, firm handshake, you know what I mean? Shoulders up. Greet that man with respect and let him know that you is his brother, because you are all you men have. It's a grim reality, but it's a reality we all have come to recognize that, yo, man, the way these women talk about us, and really what they call bashing, is just a response to what they've been doing for the last 30, 40 years with no filter and using bigger platforms than us on little YouTube with our little channels. They've been using mainstream television, NBC News, Fox, ABC, other channels, talk shows, music, everything they could try to do to disparage the name of black men. And black men only probably have music and now the internet to kind of push back, but it's labeled as bashing. You understand? These women don't want you to share your experiences with other men. Her predatory nature needs other men to be blind to who she truly is, so that they will continue down that road of investing in a creature who cares nothing for him. You have to look out for these young brothers who know nothing, and understand they will fight you. Some will get triggered by your truth telling, but these older men, these older maggles, and these simps, they're done. You can't save them. These men in, these women's rights men and these male feminists and these, these men who sit in the face of women's abuse and agree with that. They sit there on panels where women are lying about men and blatantly showing their misandrous ways and talking the hatred and the killing of male babies. And these men can sit there and nod their head in agreement, because these men have been trained perfectly to hate themselves by their creator, to hate themselves and feel as if they're less and beneath, and that they don't deserve the respect that they should as a man. So they want to hear it. It's almost sadomasochistic how these men think. They think that they should be abused verbally, physically, emotionally. and they'll sit there and cheer on the women that do it for them, almost like she's a mistress with a whip, and he's tied up and he's saying, yes, keep beating me, I love it, I love it, I love it. That's these men. They're sick, dead spiritually. These men are not your friends, as I said before. But the callous nature of women, man, I remember towards the end of one of my last relationships with American women, and it was all good, man. Beautiful. We hung out, we had great times. And when I tell you towards the end, bro, this woman cared nothing about me despite all of the time and energy and money I invested in her. And you can look into Brifolk's law. Anything that you do for the woman at the end of the relationship holds no value once the relationship is coming to a closure. This is real. And a lot of you felt that. You could have bought a woman a skyscraper. Towards the end of that relationship, that skyscraper you bought her meant nothing. It means nothing. You understand? Your investment in her means nothing. The children you give her, the home you build her. Some of you men have paid bills, college tuitions, bought vehicles, gifts, taken women on trips, been faithful and caring and loving, and then one day you just realize this woman cared nothing about you. In the drop of a hat, it's like one day she went to sleep and the next day she just hated your face. It's a sad state of affairs, man. And as long as men continue down these paths, there'll be more men coming into this male space. Unfortunately, a lot of men aren't here for the long haul. Shout out to you brothers in the Patreon, because you're showing how dedicated you are, and I promised you I would up the ante on the videos I'll be dropping, because I feel like you guys are the ones who care the most about this information. You're willing to invest in saving yourself, man. Saving your life. I want to be able to look up and see you guys saying, hey man, I'm going here this month for 10 days, 14 days, taking a solo trip to get out the matrix. These are the things I want to hear, man. I want to hear you brothers saying, I'm moving to this country, I'm getting my TEFL certificate, and I'm leaving, I'm out of here. I want to hear this shit, man. I want to hear that you men are doing what's needed to free yourselves. To free yourselves from the bondage of this country. To build yourself financially so that you can have the funds to care for yourself. To be able to, even if you take trips for a month is a long time in any place. Especially if you're new to that place. If you can take a month trip and afford that, you're blessed, man. A lot of you men are blessed now. You just have to take the leap. You have to go. A lot of you men don't have your passport still. You need to go ahead and get that. Once you have that key to the world in your hand, I'm telling you from experience, you begin to see the opportunities. You begin to go on these apps and look up these trips, and you start to look at these places on YouTube, and you realize that it's very, very doable. Very, very doable. Very accomplishable. And then you know that you can make this happen with a little bit of planning. And I want you men to go out there and experience the world, because this isn't the world, man. This isn't life. You want to deal with these women here, and I'll tell you an honest to God truth, man. This woman that I cared for, man, and I'll be honest with y'all cats, man, I'll never forget towards the end of our relationship in my simp days, and I know it's embarrassing, but I keep it honest with y'all, man. A lot of y'all done walked in on women fucking dudes and all type of shit, man. Caught messages and pictures to show who she really was. Man, I tell you, one time I was on the phone with this chick, and I swear, man, she was real quiet, wasn't talking, and I swear I heard like mouth sounds in the background. Like real talk. In the background, on the phone. She's just like, This was towards the end. Once this happened, I kind of cut her off. But I just knew, man, she was doing something with somebody while she was on the phone with me. She could have just not answered the phone, but she answered the phone on purpose and did that. You see what I'm saying? I've never done nothing like that to no woman. But the things they've done to me and been able to do has taught me a valuable lesson that these women can be some of the most heartless beings on the planet. And it's up to you to be able to protect yourself. And I tell you no lies. I'm honest with you, man. I tell you the truth, man. And that shit racked my brain. I racked my brain around it for days and days and months. Even after it was over, telling myself that wasn't what I thought it was. And I think when it happened, my mind just ignored it. But it was like I eventually started to just replay that conversation in my head. And the crazy part, man, I seen that chick later on in life, and she tried to act like we was all good. Even tried to procure another go at it. Real talk. I told y'all in past videos, I came up, man. I was pushing a new clean whip. Brother was looking good, dressing nice. I was dressing nice before, but I definitely upgraded. And when she saw me, she tried to rekindle a flame. My whole family was trying to rekindle that flame. Had us taking pictures at family gatherings, and my goofy ass is still going to these things instead of just telling this bitch to come over. You know, oh yeah, I'll meet you at your little cousin's birthday party, and pretend like we still friends or we haven't spoken in a year. All these men you done fucked and laid with in that year, and you got the cold-hearted callousness to act like that shit never happened. You know what I mean? And that was my fault. That was all my fault. And that's what this men's space is all about. That's what the TMT brand is taking accountability, man. This message that I bring. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? I fucked up. I should have never let that shit happen. And once you make that acknowledgement, you know to say, I'll never let that shit happen again. I don't care. As long as I live, there will never be someone else to abuse me, to get to that point where they have that much comfort with you. As a man, they have no fear of consequence with you. You understand? And I remember I had this chick with this smart little PhD chick who used to test me, and she said, I don't fear the consequences with you. And it was only because I was being this nice guy, man. That shit is dead, man. Stop editing yourself. Say what the fuck you feel right there. Let her know that you watching her and that her bullshit is not going unseen, because they don't respect that, because most of these women know that they're fucked in the head. You know what I mean? They know that they're fucked up. They know that they don't got the answers. They know that their life is a fucking mess. Socially, psychologically, emotionally. You understand? They need you to be able to tell her, yo, you're fucking bugging. You got a fucking problem, yo. You know that? And let her look in the mirror and check herself. But even if you want to even deal with these fucking harpies at this point, it's a stretch. Because to me, I feel like I'm way beyond that point. Like, I don't see that being an option in this country. But you also have to carry that even when you're out the country. You know what I mean? That simp shit, that wild behavior that you had over here, when you men start traveling, you can't take that with you, man. Because those women overseas are feminine, but they're still savvy, man. And they're still women. They're still predatory when it comes to what you have and what you could do for them. They'll play the role, man. That's why a lot of men, when they're marrying these hoes and all these women have been ran through, and they look up and wonder why they're fighting with this chick, and they're fucking, she's doing all this scandalous shit after you done married her and gave her kids. It's like, man, that's who she always was. You the one that decided not to see it. You understand? She played the role, she pretended, but everybody masks fall off eventually, man. I don't care how long you try to pretend, everybody's mask will fall off eventually. She's gonna show you who she is. And depending on how much you poured into her, in a lot of cases, is gonna be the type of fangs she shows, man. Especially if you poured your life into this woman. And she has everything she needs to be comfortable and great for the next decade until she finds the next sucker. When she cuts at you, she gonna be swinging Excalibur, man. It ain't gonna be no switchblade. You understand? She's going for decapitations only. Headshots, sniper range, close range. She's trying to end you so that when you are a pile of ashes, you'll be so broken and beaten that you won't even be able to recover, and she'll be able to move on with her life while you're still broken and battered somewhere, emotionally twisted, financially ruined. You understand? Well, you don't even got the heart to fight back. You don't even want to go to court. You don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't even want to deal with it. You just want to go run the other direction. Lick your wounds. While she's already on to the next guy. You understand? You got to find something that's culturally brought up to be different. You know, a lot of you brothers are still trying to figure your ways, figure your life out. You know, you're looking at the options you have, and you're trying to figure out what's the best call, man. You know, find something that you can do individually. If you're going to work, do something where you don't have to have the possibility that you'll be working around a lot of women, or your manager or your boss will be women, or you got to interact with them and fake it all day. It's going to drive you crazy. In this environment, this extreme environment where everything you say can be taken as, that's misogynist, that's that, like, you don't want to be working around that kind of shit. And I think that's also their plan, to drive men out of the workforce so that they can have this all to themselves. Make the workforce so horrible with all this Me Too shit that men start to tap out. They don't want nothing to do with it. I think that was their plan all along, to make the environment so toxic for men that they can have all the wealth and the opportunities for work to themselves without men being there. While men start taking jobs on the back end, truck driving, working in private enterprise, things where they don't deal with anybody, getting their own trades, while women sit in their cushy offices with air conditioning and taking all the VP jobs and the CEO jobs, and after a while they're gonna be fucking each other, man. You understand? That's why women are so naturally sexually fluid. They can easily be lesbians and get with other women and sexual kiss girls. And I kissed a girl and I liked it. That smell of a cherry chapstick, whatever the fuck. Like, this is how they really feel, man. They all got that switch. And once they really determine that they don't need men, they're gonna start sleeping with each other, man. They're gonna get them artificially inseminated, pumped up with kids. You're not necessary. And they're gonna raise these broken, twisted children that are not gonna be built for combat, war. The military's gonna suffer. A lot of the industries are gonna suffer, because these kids ain't gonna wanna work. They're not gonna be about shit. They're gonna be dudes, little boys dressed as girls, and girls thinking it. The confusion, man. In every society that's allowed this to happen is met its end socially. And once a country collapses socially, man, it's not long before the other countries of the world know invasion time, baby. Because on the ground, y'all not gonna have enough soldiers to fight back. This is everybody, man. 10 years, 20 years from now, when all these little cisgender kids grow up, they're not gonna be in the military. They're not gonna be ready to go to war. They're not gonna want to even fight. They're not gonna want to be in the police and in the National Guard. Then they're gonna be these soft, weak, washed out kids, confused, in other countries that are still holding on to their principles are gonna be able to just walk in here and kick your door in and drag you out. And you're not gonna be able to do shit. And that's coming. Believe it. That's definitely coming. There's gonna be a day when these countries are gonna see like, yeah, they done bred all the masculinity out of that country. Time to take it over, baby. That's what all this war talk is. They're just letting America know. We're watching. We're paying attention. We ain't gonna do nothing now. Might not be now, it might not be 5 years from now, it might be 10 years from now, but no. There's gonna be a day when we're gonna have to meet somewhere in the square circle. And we're just waiting for the day when your society is completely broken. So that on the ground, there's not gonna be anybody to stop us. And you're not gonna have enough army, soldiers, nobody. Because nobody's gonna want to fight back. They're just gonna cower in the corner. Because all your boys are gonna be wearing dresses and rainbow braids and barrettes, and all your girls are gonna think they're men, and we're just gonna drag them. And eventually, your society is gonna be crumbled and crushed. Easily taken. That's all they're waiting for, man. That's all they're waiting for. They just waiting to watch our society crumble socially, and it's gonna be easy taken. Easy. The military can hold it off for so long. But if all these countries like, man, we all could get a piece in the United States, man. You know what I mean? We could all share that motherfucker. Take all of that shit. Rebuild it up. Call it whatever the hell we want. The United Republic of whoever. You know what I'm saying? Call this shit new Russia, new China. Like, yo, I'm telling you, fam. China will take half of their country and move them motherfuckers here. And just take over this shit. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this is things I see for the future. That eventually there's going to be a day when we're going to look at this and remember that time when society changed up and crumbled for the worse. And we're gonna look back on that shit like, y'all remember when that first started happening. When was that around? 2018, 2019? When it really got bad? And we didn't do nothing about it? Man, 10 years later, the invasion happened, or, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. You know, it's gonna get worse before it get better, man. It has to get worse. What else is gonna happen? Because it's not gonna change from what you see now. There's no way it's gonna change. All these men that want to be women and all this shit, it's not gonna change. It's gonna get worse. You see, they're already gunning for the kids. They got that gay dude that be wearing them crazy dresses on Sesame Street. They got a show on Netflix with a drag queen and a kid. Like, man, Netflix is the worst. The worst, man. It's fucking sad, man. Like, they're really coming for your kids. And these are the kids that's gonna grow up and gonna be at the head of the conflict. They're gonna be like, let's just hug it out. Let's just talk. It's all about acceptance. And that Russian soldier is gonna take the back of his fucking rifle and slam it into his fucking face. You know what I mean? That guy's gonna have little pink braids in his hair. He's gonna say, I'm a cisgender male, but identifies as a woman female, and he's gonna fucking see that Russian soldier, come in, and he's gonna be talking that shit. He's just gonna grab him by the throat, hit him with the leg sweep. You know what I mean? Put the rifle in his face and just tie his ass up like a piglet, and throw him in the corner with the rest of the fucking suckers. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna be no. They're gonna come in here with all that Krog McGraw and all that shit. They're gonna be slamming and choking, throwing these dudes through windows, man, with no problem. Chinese soldiers and all them motherfuckers, whoever, they're gonna just come in here and just body slam folks, man. Do whatever they want to do. These dudes are gonna be like, all right, I don't want any trouble, okay, man. I'm serious, man. I'm serious, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, I just want you brothers to have the sensibilities to get that freedom, man. Because right now I'm free. I'm free, man. And I'm building on more freedom. You know what I mean? I really could make a move right now if I wanted to, and just be gone. But I just want to stack up a little more paper so I could show y'all, so I can show you guys that it's doable. I can show you. I'm about to show you this year. Speaking that to existence, I'm going to show you how it's done, that it can be done. And I'm going to be reporting live from wherever I'm at. And y'all going to be like, yo, y'all remember when Ghost first was talking about that shit? I remember he first said he going to make that move, and that brother did it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. I want you brothers to understand that this shit is possible. You don't got to suffer with this shit. You don't got to deal with it. You know, that's why I speak more inspiration. I just want you brothers to watch this video early in the morning, while you getting up, while you doing your push-ups, you in the gym, you in the shower, getting dressed to conquer your day, and you looking at that shit like, yeah. That's what I want you to have in the morning. You know, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm already grinding. What you doing? Sun just coming up. I'm already grinding towards my goal. Let's get it. Ain't no time to be fucking around. Ain't no time to be fucking around, man. Start doing your research. Start figuring it out. A lot of y'all got college degrees, man. Start looking for your TEFL certificate to teach English in another country. Start looking that shit up. With a degree, you could get a job, man. I know a brother that's in fucking China right now, chilling. I'm telling you, man. The world is yours, baby. It's yours. So I want you brothers to take this message to the heart. Use this as fuel. Start building up your goals. Create a system that will allow you to accomplish your goals, and make it happen, baby. Make it happen, baby. Make it happen. You understand? Ain't nothing here for you. Ain't nothing here for you, bro. This shit is over. You understand? Show your brothers respect, man, when you see them. And I don't mean, and I'm serious, because everybody's trying to beat men down right now. And you don't got to keep uplifting women. They got a million different ways to get upliftment. You don't need to do anything. Just worry about your brothers, man. Make sure your brothers are good. Check in on your brothers. Check in on your boys. Make sure they're mentally straight. They're emotionally straight. Make sure that they right. You good, man? You straight? Everything straight with you, fam? Yeah, I'm good. Just making sure you good, my nigga. If you need me, holler at me, man. You feel me? Let me know. Like that, man. When you see brothers speak, man, acknowledge his humanity. Don't just be like females, walk past a motherfucker, don't even look at you like you don't even exist. Like you're not even a real thing. You're just a fucking nothing. Nah, man. We don't treat men like women treat men. You treat men with respect. You understand? You don't know what kind of wars that man has been battling. You acknowledge him. What's up, brother? How you doing? You good? Yeah, man. Even in passing, complete stranger. What's up, brother? How you doing? I'm good, family. That's good, man. Be safe. Yo, you too. How hard is that? I don't care what race he is. Just say fucking something. Acknowledge that motherfucker's humanity, man. Because right now, men are fucking, they're fighting and fighting and they're losing. And I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of men are beaten, man. They're broken. They're doing good. They got houses and cribs. They're fucking hated in their own homes, man. They're walking around their own crib, fucking eggshells, man. Scared to death, scared to look. There ain't no way to fucking live, bro. There ain't no way to fucking live, man. Serious. It ain't no way to fucking live, yo. And that's the honest to God truth. You know what I'm saying? Honest to God fucking truth, bro. So I want you brothers to take this message and breathe that shit, man. Breathe it. Internalize it. Do what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck what it is. As long as it ain't gonna get you locked up or get you killed. I don't give a fuck what it is. Figure it out. We all had to figure it out. You're gonna have to put some work in. You might have to sit in the class for a couple of weeks. You might have to put some money up. Do what you gotta fucking do. You might have to invest, throw some up. Do what you gotta do, man. Do what the fuck you gotta do, man. Ain't no fucking excuse. Alright? It's a Thinking Man's Templar, man. A place where we say one red pill life or one black pill life far outweighs 1 billion blue pill lives, and where the soldiers get coming from the war, remove their fucking golden armor, drop their swords, and have conversation with like-minded kings. And indeed, gentlemen, I'm at your service. Thank you for all you Patreons. More videos to come. You're gonna win this thing. And when you win, that means you're saving yourself. SYSBM for life. Peace.